Next comes the deconstructive stage. In the deconstructive stage, the films from the genre lose a lot of the same genre conventions that were established in the classic stage and experimental stage, and will build on and the genre will build on its development in the parody stage and subsequently change the genre into something different. I believe this is inevitable, as artists will get bored by just making the same films over and over again, and they need to progress. For the comedy genre, I believe the deconstructive stage took place in the late 1970s to the early 80s, and I believe the cycle kicked off again with the experimental stage in the latter part of the 80s to the 90s. This classic stage was the first decade of the 21st century, and maybe we're moving into another parody stage at this moment in time. But I think a good film to show this deconstructive stage from the 70s to the early 80s was a 1977 film, Annie Hall. This film has still retained some similarities to the previous stages, as it uses wordplay and subtle jokes, like when Woody Allen's character Alvy says, "Don't knock masturbation. It's the only way to have sex with someone you truly love." And it's used the parody stages playing with on-screen text when Alvy and Annie talk, and subtitles appear across the bottom of the screen saying what the characters are thinking. However, it's lost its linear narrative as Alvy narrates the story in the past tense, as you can see from this opening clip, as Alvy stands in front of a plain background at the beginning of the film, doing a piece to camera, talking about how he doesn't know how his relationship with Annie went wrong.
Unless I'm neither of those two. Unless I'm one of those guys with saliva dribbling out of his mouth who wanders into a cafeteria with a shopping bag screaming about socialism. Annie and I broke up, and I still can't get my mind around that. You know, I keep sifting the pieces of the relationship through my mind and examining my life and trying to figure out where did the screw up come, you know? And a year ago we were in love, you know, and it's funny, I'm not a morose type.
This film also uses devices like montage to tell a story set over a long period of time in short screen time, and doesn't have as many isolated incidents that are there to provide physical comedy.